Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza Horizon 2 with another rally car build. My vehicle today is the Audi Quattro. Quite a few people wanted to see me have a go with this, so I'm gonna give it a build. It can have some cool rally lights. That's the primary reason why I've gone for the Quattro. I'm not sure if these are new in the Storm Island DLC or whether you get it in the normal game. I hadn't built a Quattro up before. Before having a look at it for this. So yeah, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on rally lights. They are an essential part to... I'm assuming they work as well. I don't know, but I assume they do. Very important part for this car. I think they've got the full, the whole is it S1 kit, or most of the... They don't quite have some of the ridiculous stuff, or as ridiculous stuff as some of the Quattros were, especially the hill climb Quattros. We'll have some mud flaps on the car. And the bonnet, we will add bonnet pins and lose weight. Sure, magic bonnet pins we've got. So yeah, we can have a rally inspired Quattro. Now for the rally car builds, I have a slightly different rule. The cars have got to be staying in S1 class. They must remain in S1 class, and they are all going to be fitted with the off-road tyre compound, the off-road gearbox, and the off-road suspension. But the rest of the parts are up to me. So I get a little bit of freedom, but it does kind of also restrict you in some ways, in that I can't just completely max absolutely everything out. We're going to keep the standard engine in this car. I don't see the point in changing it, particularly for this. It's a decent engine that starts with. Brakes are definitely yes. Definitely going to go for some brakes. How heavy is this? What have we got? 2000s. You know, I might not go for the full weight reduction. I may just keep it a little with a little bit of weight about it. 2,500 should be fairly good. I'm not going to go, because the track that we're going to end up driving around is a pretty damn extreme track with some huge jumps, and maybe with just a little bit more weight, it could be a small bit advantageous. We could be a little bit more planted. What do we got in the way of tyres? I think we're probably going to want big tyres on the car. How big have we got here? I'd like slightly bigger ones, possibly. It's not terrible. Oh, we're not going to have the ridiculous amount of power. I'm thinking of terms of silly car builds now, which I shouldn't be. We're not going to have the same ridiculous amount of power, so the tyres should be of a decent size. We put the gearbox in, didn't we? Yes, we did. We'll go move on to... we'll go move on to some power, shall we? How much can we get out of this car while keeping it in S1? You only get a fair amount of power out of some cars in S1. Stick the turbo in. Yeah, we may get up towards the 500 horsepower mark from this car. I'm now worried that the standard engine... surely it should get it to the top of S1. I would imagine the standard engine in the Quattro would be good enough to get it up to towards the top of S1. Ooh, that doesn't add on very much at all. Okay, we're going to have a fair old bit of power in this car. It's going to be more powerful than the damn, what's it called, Metro that we had out last time. Not as light, no, the Metro is an incredibly light car, but this is going to be more powerful. Yeah, I don't actually think we're going to get to the top of S1 class with this standard engine. We may have to end up going for the full weight reduction, or swap the engine out for something. That's not what I expected. That's not at all what I expected. I thought the PI would shoot up, sticking the engine parts in. Yeah, some cars it does, some cars it doesn't. This one is one that it doesn't. Okay. If we do this, do we... Okay, we're going to go for the full weight reduction then on the car. £2,400. It's only a couple of £100 heavier than the Metro, to be honest. It's a little bit of a longer car. It's a little bit of a longer car, so I'm hoping we might as well stick these on while we're here. I think these... Sometimes these add... there we go, yeah, they do add like a 1 onto the PI. Yeah, it's a longer car. I'm hoping for... I did put brakes here. I'm hoping for a little bit more stability from the Audi. It should be a nicer car to drive. We can get one of... Ooh, that's a big old weight reduction. That is one of the biggest weight reductions I've seen on a driveline for a normal car. Like the SUVs, yeah, you get... That's a lot of weight chucked off from it there. We'll stick one of these in as well while we're here. We can either go for clutch or flywheel. Since we're in this menu, we'll have a clutch. There we go. 599 horsepower from the Audi Quattro. £2,300. Puts it quite light. And a decent amount of torque as well. Could be quick. it could be very quick. I'm actually pretty pleased with that build. Got a lot of handling parts on that car. I didn't think we'd get away with it so light. I thought that the PI was going to shoot up. Small concern that it may mean that it's quite a difficult car to drive. Who knows? So, yeah, please be good, Audi. Please be good. Right, we will leave here and we will go to our test drive. Oh, it's night. Ah, the lights do work. Fantastic. Proper rowdy lights. Best thing about the car, I think, so far. We will go to our rival's track, which is, I remember the name of it, Forest Brawl, where we have 5 laps to set as fast a time as possible. The current record is by the Metro 6R4 that did a 1 minute 3.166. I think I've got it written down somewhere. Yeah, 1 minute 3.166. We're going to try and beat it with the Quattro. I think the Quattro stands a pretty good chance. I think the Quattro could well go quicker than the Metro. I think it's going to be a bit more stable and easier to drive. It's a lot more powerful and it's not much heavier. I think we're going to have a quicker car in the Quattro. Having said that, you never quite know what may happen with these. There may be something terribly wrong with it. It may have some problems, but I'm not expecting anything from the Quattro. I mean, there are all sorts of things to worry about on this course. Primarily me forgetting where I'm going. I can use brakes, honestly. I just didn't want to stop into turn 1. This is a rough course. This is a very, very extreme course. There are a couple of absolutely monstrous jumps to contend with, and we've got it a little bit wrong through the through that corner. We're coming up to the first of the big jumps. How does the Quattro fly? Well, it lands quite well. I'll give it that. It does land relatively well. It did want, on that particular occasion, it did want to kind of fly with the nose up, which is always a tad scary. But we've not got the same twitchiness, even on this first run. I don't know how much difference cold tyres make when you're dealing with dirt. Probably not a lot. But on this first run, we really do not feel. It doesn't feel bad at all to drive. It's not twitching. It's not twitching all over the place. This is where one of the huge jumps. This one, absolutely ridiculous jump for the car. That is a big nosedive towards the floor. How are we in straight line speed? We're pretty quick up towards turn 1. In fact, I don't think we're that much faster. I mean, we're quick, sure, but I don't think we're that much faster than the Metro. It's a lot easier to drive, but I don't think it's quicker. Through this next corner, this is where it can get a little bit bumpy and a little bit slidey across that crest there. But we had no problems. I then got carried away through the next corner and just overshot it a little bit. And then we've got a big jump. That's flying a bit nicer that time around. A little bit early on the brakes there as well. So far, this Quattro is being well behaved. It's not being a pain to drive. It is more powerful, but a lot more stable. Yeah, we can chuck it through this corner here. We're going to slide. We're on dirt. We're going to slide around because there just isn't the same amount of grip as there is on a tarmac track. But this is being a nice vehicle to drive across the big jump again. That is. That's like the Finland rally jumps, only even more stupid. We've got very quickly. We're actually losing time because of that wonky landing of that jump. We're going to have to do something about that. This car is so quick that we're actually sort of overshooting a nice landing on there. Okay. We had the problem with the Metro wanting to fly with the nose up, and this is just so quick. It's going far too. Whoa, we've lost it. Yeah, that was my bad on that one. But yeah, I was just trying to be a little too greedy. A little too greedy with the speed through the corners. We're okay down there. It's much better through that one. Yeah, got to be a little bit careful. This is a very quick accelerating car, which is good. I mean, they're going to be quick. S1 class is still pretty damn high up in terms of car. Ooh, okay, we've got a little bit rough through there and just out of position. One thing I have found with this is it's very easy. If you end up out of position on one corner, it will screw you up for a bump or a jump further down the line. You've got to be very careful with cars on it. So we just let off the accelerator. Ooh, that's better on the landing. Don't have quite such a crunching landing on the nose. Definitely going to have to be careful on that particular jump. Right, braking into turn 1. That's better through the first corner. Got to be careful not to run too wide. There are some horrible trees out there that I drove into last time. Ghost car phasing through mine. But we are going quite well up until that point. I'm thinking I can get away with more in this car because it's a lot nicer to drive. Oh, that's a big jump. Just get it. Just keep it together on the landing. Luckily, the landing zones are fairly smooth. I'd hate to be landing on a really bumpy area. I'm also pretty sure we spend half of our time during this lap in the air. There is a lot of bouncing off the off the floor in places, and cockpit view doesn't really do the size of these jumps justice. They are absolutely insane if you watch it, or here you're trying to do it like a photo mode, or you're racing from third person. Like the airtime you get off these is just ridiculous. We're gonna take that jump a bit better. We're still going over on the nose. We're going to go quick, I think, just with a 1 minute 3.0. That's pretty good. As we go on to we are onto our final lap now. That pause threw me. This is terrible trying to come back from a pause. Yeah, that landing is a real problem. It's a real problem. I either have to be quite slow, or I have to slow down quite a lot. Oh, we've run. Keep doing that through there. Keep thinking we've got a lot more grip than we do have. And that's kind of a compliment to the car. I think it can get away with a lot more. But yeah, that's Wold has claimed quite a bit of paint on the side of the Audi. Again, I'm in the air all of the time around this course. We are actually on for a very quick lap at this precise moment in time. Somehow, stop being. just keep all four wheels on the dirt would be nice. We're going to run wide. We're going to run very wide. I've bullshit up completely. Ah. God damn it! I was just pushing it too much through that corner. Yeah, Quattro, nice car for this. A good car for this, although this particular jump, it does like to nosedive on, which is not particularly helpful. The Ghost car that I'm driving against seems alright, and the Metro had all sorts of different problems. So, yeah, the Quattro, as expected, smashed up the lights, and a bit of the side, and a bit of the back. When did I smash up the back? I don't know. The Quattro, as you would expect, good rally car, much nicer to drive than the Metro, much easier to drive around this particular track. Pretty damn fast accelerating car. You got to watch it on the jumps. It is a huge jump, but yeah, you got to be a little bit careful with this car. It's quite easy to get carried away. I was finding quite easy to get carried away with this, thinking you could be quicker through the corners than you can. That's the confidence you have in this vehicle. Yeah, it is a nice rally car to drive, as you would expect, really, from an Audi Quattro. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. The Quattro goes top of the table, but not by very much. It's very close between the two vehicles. However, I definitely would prefer driving the Quattro than the Metro. Until next time, though, goodbye.